Good day to you. My name is Matthew Wedd. I'm from the Colonial Institute. We hope everyone had a very happy 4th of July. Today I'm joined by volunteers Pat and Pippa to talk about Hearth cooking in the Negley Cabin. Thank you for joining us, Pat. Pippa.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So what do we cook today and how do we cook it?
So today we're doing open hearth cooking, and we did beef short ribs, what we refer to as beef short ribs today. So they're the beef ribs that are about that tall. And we did just very traditional potatoes and green beans, and then a bread pudding for dessert made from a finer flour and finer bread, and it's called white pot.
So our viewers at home can follow along. Tell us how that meat goes from raw meat to on the table.
So basically what we would do is, and it's very simple, hearth cooking is different than home cooking because you're using an open flame and coals. You don't have the convenience of using an oven or a roasting pan. So normally what you would do is you would have just a metal hook, you would skewer the meat with a metal hook, and you would suspend it from some kind of fixture inside of the fireplace. You would have to constantly maintain this and watch it because you wouldn't want it to burn, plus you would also need something for the dripping so they don't go onto your hearth. Other things that we made today were the potatoes and the white pot. Both of these were cooked after the ingredients were made in a bake oven, which we now know is referred to as a Dutch oven. And it's basically a cast iron big pot with a big heavy lid. They're a little bit different to use because you're not using the open flame. You would use coals. So you would put coals underneath and you would put coals on the lid, thus roasting or baking the contents of the iron pot.
The bread pudding was delicious. It reminded me of my nan's home cooking. Can you take that step by step for us, Pippa?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the 18th century, breads were made very much the way they are today, where you have sort of rustic or artisan breads, and then they had much finer breads, right? So the fine white flour and the fine white bread would be used for this. They would actually rasp or cut the crust off, which is what I did. So you have a loaf of bread, and you slice the bread. Really butter the inside of your pot, and you butter your bread, and as you start packing it in, you pack it in with raisins, or they might have used currants. They use chopped dates, and then you make a mixture much like most people are familiar with making bread pudding today. So eggs and cream, some spices of the day, which would have been nutmeg, of course, some cinnamon, some mace, and you mix all of that up like a very light custard mixture, and you just keep layering and pouring in and packing it into the pot. And then, as Pat described with the Dutch oven, you put that pot inside the Dutch oven, cover it over, and cover it with coals, and it essentially bakes in the Dutch oven there.
We had a wonderful time today using the Negley Cabin, cooking these foods, and of course eating it amongst good company. We hope you enjoyed this virtual program or join us for many more. If you're interested in more ideas on how to cook in history or want to see specific programs from the Colonial Institute, comment and share below. Let us know what you want to see. Until then, have a good day.